Hey guys, Rose here. We're finishing up week one of introductions, and for that, I'm just going to share some stories about my childhood and growing up. As I've mentioned before, I am a middle child from a middle class family, lived in one town my entire life, lived in two houses total. Um, my mother ran an at home daycare, so for the first part of my life, I was surrounded by kids, older and younger, and the same age as me, so I never really had to make friends like normal kids. I never had that pressure of, introductions and trying to get people to like you because I had ready set friends right there next to me that were pretty much forced to be my friends because we spent 6+ hours together in the same area. We had to share toys, we had a yard, we had to be nice to each other because we were in the same area for a long time. Then when I hit school, when I started going to school, when I started going to elementary school, I joined a Girl Scout troop. And the thing about Girl Scouts is it's just girls, and the troop can have anywhere from 4 to 20 plus members in it. Um, and my Girl Scout troop was ran by my mother and a mother of a family friend of mine. And again, I wasn't really forced to make friends. I had friends there. We met every Tuesday of the week, and we all went to the same school. We were all in the same grade. Several of them were in the same class as me. So again, I wasn't really forced to go out of my comfort zone and make friends. I had friends there, and we were forced to do everything together. We went on field trips together. If someone had a birthday, you were required to invite the entire Girl Scout troop. So, you spend enough time with someone, you start thinking you're friends, and that's what happened to me. I started thinking I had all these friends. As we got older and society started hitting us with all these things that girls are required to do and girls are required to like, we started splitting off from each other, becoming different. And new girls were joining the troop, and girls were leaving the troop. And I, the whole time, just was like, these are my friends. I don't need to make new friends, even though I didn't really make them in the first place. Girl Scouts is actually how I met my best friend, Marie. We've been best friends for 16 plus years. We met in third grade, and we actually met through a mutual friend who is no longer a friend of mine. But she's my best friend, and pretty much more like a sister. And she's the one that I've actually realized how to become a friend with, because we broke up for a while and had a huge ginormous fight, and I actually had to go out of my way and be like, hey, we need to talk, we need to figure this out. I want to continue being your friend. And I wasn't just going to be passive and let her slip out of my life like I did with all the other kids through the daycare and Girl Scouts. um but yeah, through elementary school, middle school, and most of high school, I didn't make friends because I had the Girl Scout troop, and I thought that was fine. I thought that was everything. On top of all that, I never learned how to talk to guys because Girl Scout troop, all girls. So I didn't really learn how to talk to guys or other girls. So I had a really hard time in high school when I had to realized that I was alone. I didn't fit in any cliques. I didn't know how to make friends. I didn't know how to talk normally. I always overshared, and that tended to scare people off. Um, I did eventually make some friends, but I don't talk to them much anymore because we've drifted apart. And I think that's partly my fault, but I'm trying to get better at it. um, where was I? Oh, talking to guys and friends. So my parents make fun of me all the time for this because I never learned how to talk to guys. Whenever guys start talking to me, my voice tends to get higher and then I start giggling. And my parents are like, "You're scaring off guys like that." And I'm like, I never learned how to talk to guys. The only guy I consistently talk to in my life, aside from obviously my father, but he doesn't really count, is my best friend's husband. And he's more like a brother to me than a friend, so I I don't know. Um, because of that, I've never dated, and that kind of took a toll on my social anxiety. I started thinking that I was unattractive, unwanted. I started feeling really bad about myself, putting myself down, and to take some control of my life. And this is where the heavy topic starts. I started self-harming, and my depression sunk deeper. And luckily, Marie, my best friend, was there to drag me out of it because I hid it so well. My parents and my family never found out about it. I think the lack of relationships also slowed down my self-identity a little bit. It wasn't until recently that I realized I was bisexual. I struggled with that a lot. Yeah, self-identity, self-harm. I went through a lot thinking it was normal, and it wasn't. Luckily, I had Marie there to help me through a lot of it. My parents recently found out about it, and instead of being supportive like I thought they would, they yelled at me a lot. And when I talked about therapy, they pretty much shut that down. They're more in the mindset like a lot of older generations are, where to treat depression, you just need to put your running shoes on and go outside and get fresh air. To treat anxiety, you just need to put yourself out there and talk to more people. And that doesn't really help me. Due to social anxiety, if I'm put in an unfamiliar situation for too long with unfamiliar people, I start lashing out and getting irritated, and then start curling in on myself, and I can actually force myself into an anxiety attack, which is really bad. Yeah, so got like really heavy there. Sorry, guys. Talking about life stories. Okay, so we went through Girl Scouts, sexuality. Okay, I am known to my family and my friend Marie as problem child because I hurt myself a lot. And not like purposely, not like self-harm, just like accidents. I've had a lot of surgeries, and in one of those surgeries, I actually technically died for 3 minutes on the operating table, where my heart stopped beating and my organs started shutting down. So legally, clinically, I was dead for 3 minutes. And because of that, it took a toll on my family and me. And during the time when I was talking to a therapist, she actually said that studies have shown that near-death experiences, or even, reanimation, has an effect on your brain, and that actually contributes to anxiety and depression. And I was like, really? I've never heard of that before. But that actually makes sense because my anxiety didn't really spike to a noticeable level until after that incident. Let's see. I played sports a lot growing up, mainly from pressure from my mother. I did dance because I liked it, but I grew out of that. I have trouble with body image because I was bullied a lot through school because of weight. And I'm not a big girl. I'm not a big girl, but I'm bigger than what's deemed respectable in society nowadays. So I was bullied a lot. And that was on top of my name, which I'm not giving out yet, but I have a really unusual last name, and it was very easy to become the butt of every joke and be made fun of and tortured for it. And no one really did anything about it. In elementary school, when boys cornered me in a classroom to make fun of me, and I came home crying and sobbing because these boys bullied me and they were touching me and I didn't like it. All the adults in my life said, boys will be boys. They're bullying you because they like you. And that's total bullshit. Don't listen to anyone. If they say, boys will be boys and they're bullying you and making fun of you because they like you, that's a lie. Boys need to be held accountable. And I'm not dismissing girls at all or, any one category. Everyone needs to be held accountable for their actions. But the fact that adults let these boys get away with that definitely took a number on my self-esteem. And for the longest time, I believed that, they're bullying me because they like me. And I confronted a couple guys on the playground like, hey, I know you're bullying me because they liked me. And they laughed and joked and made fun, and the torturing actually increased. So if anyone ever told you that or are telling you that, or you hear someone telling your siblings that or anything, tell them to shut up. It's not true. And it's going to hurt them in the long run if they grow up believing that. I keep going like lighthearted topic, then up to the heavies. I know a couple of you guys are watching my videos, and I'm really thankful for that. I'm hoping that you guys hit subscribe, and we'll communicate more through comments, letting me know what you think, what you guys want to talk about, if you guys want to know anything about me. Oh, let me share this. So, I had a job for about 2 years, and in this job, it was an office job. And I became very, very close to my coworkers. We're kind of like an impromptu family. And there was this older lady who I kind of think of as like a great aunt in my head. She was the first to notice my anxiety and depression and actually talked with me about it. And I talk to her all the time about my family. She knows more about my family than my family does, I think. However crazy that sounds. But since I quit because I had to go to college, she's kept in contact with me, always calling me like every other week and wanting to know about my life and stuff. And she recently retired, and I'm super proud of her. I'm super proud of her because this company has been going down the drain for a while, and they don't treat their employees very well. And even though she's been with the company for 20 plus years, they've never treated her nicely. So the fact that she's finally retiring and going to home to spend more time with her kids and her grandchildren is really, really exciting for me and really happy, and I'm really proud of her. Yeah. I just wanted to share that. I am very self-conscious about my face. I know it's not very attractive by society standards. My nose has been broken and has never been completely reset, so I'm very self-conscious of that. I'm self-conscious about my nose flaring whenever I speak. Very self-conscious of that. And I'm very self-conscious of my mouth. This is a fake tooth, so it looks a little weird, and I'm very self-conscious of that. So whenever people point it out, I kind of shut down a little bit. You guys are probably staring at those boxes right there, and that's cereal for the week. I haven't actually put them away yet, so I'm sorry. You'll notice I'm not wearing makeup this time. I don't tend to wear a lot of makeup usually, so if you'll probably see me without makeup on a lot of the times. Yeah, I'm on my last quarter of college. Hopefully, I'll be graduating this summer. And then off into the real world, I guess. I don't understand why people say that. Well, people say, once you graduate, you'll be in the real world. It's like, where have I been for the past 22 years? In Imagination Land? I don't understand. I've been in the real world. I've dealt with prejudice and bullying and everything that you've dealt with. Just, I guess it doesn't really matter because I'm younger than you? Like, I don't understand that. I don't know. I can end up ranting forever and ever and ever about different things, and I go off on wild tangents all the time. But yeah, this is just the last video of introduction for me, and then next week, starting, I'm thinking I'll post Monday. Yeah, I think I'll post Monday. Next week, I plan to cover the topic of bullying more in depth. So be prepared for that. If you want to know the next time I post, hit that subscribe button. Send in any comments about topics that you want to talk about or anything you want to know about me. And I guess that's all. So this is Rose signing off. Stay blooming, my beautiful flowers.